Good afternoon and welcome to Meditation Minyan. I'm Rabbi Hannah Leslie Glazer of Congregation Adat Re'im. And we welcome everyone who is with us live right now on our Zoom, as well as anyone who may watch the recording later on. We are glad you are with us. So we are doing the practice of the Omer. And the Omer is 49, it's a period of time. It is the 49 days between second night of Passover and the night before Shavuot, the holiday of Shavuot. So with the Omer, there is a practice that was led by the Kabbalists, Jewish mystics of the Middle Ages, that they would focus each week of the Omer, they would focus on a different trait or quality that was meant to help refine the soul and the spirit and the mind over the course of the Omer. And that working on each of these traits, there would be a difference at the end of the period. And so that's something that we do. And each week we are sharing a different trait. Today, the first trait of the 7 is called Chesed. And I've put it into the chat, Chesed. And it means loving kindness. And I'm going to explain a little bit more about it as we go along in the meditation. But it's one of my favorites, if I'm allowed to have a favorite, of the 7 traits. And so we are going to get started with the meditation. So get comfortable in your seat. Rest your hands somewhere comfortable, feet on the floor if you can. Check shoulders, jaw, back, legs, feet, any place you might hold tension, hands sometimes. And you may wish to wiggle it out a little bit or breathe into that space. And each breath will allow you to soften and relax. If you wish, you can intentionally breathe a little bit into the heart space, into the chest. Kind of wake things up in there a little bit. Shine some light with some good oxygen in there. And go back to whatever your normal breath would be. So we're going to take a moment of quiet here, just to notice what's around us, sounds or smells, light, sources of light. Even with my eyes closed, I can tell where the window is from the light. Just take it in and notice. Notice 3 things about your immediate environment. That's to help get us present and to be present. Take another minute with that. And now we are going to shift into thinking about Chesed. Chesed is love. It is an overflowing love that knows no bounds. Sometimes it's called loving kindness. It is goodness with no end and potentially also no beginning. Flows everywhere like water. Reaches every corner and fills every crack. And we can cultivate chesed inside and let it fill us up. And see if you can imagine bringing chesed in. Bringing the warmth. Love, I think, also brings a certain softness. It allows us to be exactly who we are. And we can soften into that. And we can fill up with that chesed, and we can even overflow with that chesed and keep filling so that we have enough to share with others. Chesed that can be shared right now with our group, be shared right now beyond our group, can be shared with any loved ones who you've got at home or anyone you see later. So our meditation now is really going to be just having a few moments of really experiencing what it's like to be full of chesed. What it's like to cultivate it and what it might be like to share it. Whatever we've done, chesed loves us. We're going to have another 11 minutes now. And I'll bring you back in 11 minutes. I'm going to mute now and enjoy the rest of your time. We're going to start coming back from our meditation slowly as you're comfortable. I've put into the chat an article about the Omer, in case you want to read more about it, and it explains the spiritual practice of counting with these 7 different traits, also known as the Sfirot. And we will be working on a different trait each week. And you can see what they are there. I've shared a number of articles over the years about the Omer, and this one is a feminist read. So it shares a little something different. But really glad you joined us today. And I wish you wonderful rest of your Passover with lots of chesed, hopefully to spare. And to bring that into your day and into your week and to enjoy it. Thanks again for joining us. See you next week.